Hello everyone, I'm so happy to do today the video about the feet since we already did the hands. Our feet are so important. We absorb the yin chi from the earth through the soles of the feet, and when the feet are not pliable, it's going to transfer into the whole body, the knees, the hips, even the shoulders. So today we're going to wake up our feet beautifully. So we're going to start. Shift your weight onto your left foot. I'm mirroring you here. Engage this whole leg that includes the side of your butt, your gluteus medius. Come on the top of this foot, so not like this, but really on the top. And now let's roll over the toe joints. And breathe in and out of the nose. If under your mat you have a wooden floor, then maybe you want to put the foot on top of a blanket. So we're really rolling over the toe joints. Now we're going to do this in the opposite direction. Come to a standstill, shift your weight, engage this whole leg so that this doesn't happen. And you can have your hands by the side, in the waist, I like it myself, or in the back, whichever works for you to keep balanced. And now here we go. And if you're not used to doing this, sometimes the toes start to cramp up here. If that happens, you stop, of course, at least for a while. Opposite direction. Come to a standstill. Let's open the feet and the toes a little more. So inhale, we're slowly coming up. And exhale, we're slowly going to all these layers of fascia coming back down. Shift your weight to your heels, lift your 10 toes. And now try to spread them out and put them down. Let's do that just 2 more times. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Shift your weight to the heels, lift the 10 toes. And one last time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slowly lower down instead of plopping down. Shift your weight to your heels, lift the 10 toes, but not the ball of the feet. Spread them out. Now we're going to come to the hands and knees, so that we can integrate the feet with the legs. Super important, guys. So place the hands right underneath the shoulders, with the index fingers facing forward, so you have external shoulder rotation, and your fingertips spread wide so you don't hurt your wrist. And the knees are pretty close together, they're underneath the hips. Take the right leg back, curl the toe under and stretch to the heel. This is actually a very simple but really effective hamstring opening that you're going to feel all the way into the glutes. Toes are curled under, we're opening the plantar fascia, the calf muscles, the hamstrings, and you feel your core engaged too. Don't let your head hang. Don't hyperextend your neck either. And now, curl under the toe of your other foot, and you're coming into a runner's lunge. Don't hang in your shoulders. Think that your spine is in a downward facing dog. Breathe to the nose. Just a few breaths. Come back down. And now, we're going to lift up the left knee and work the medial line of the gastrocnemius muscle, your calf. It's a muscle with 2 heads, and we're going to go right in the middle. We're not pushing, we're simply shifting weight. Now if I find a point of interest, I just found one that really radiates out, I'm going to just stay there for a couple of breaths. I'm not going to press harder, I'm just going to stay a little longer. I can go all the way down, even onto the Achilles tendon, but if I decide to do that, maybe at some point I'm going to need to shift my hands a little bit. So don't think about pushing here, think more about shifting weight. If you push, the pressure is going to be very uneven and you're going to tire out. If you shift your weight, you could do this for a long time. So if you're down, you come back up. And then we want to find out, what does this do actually? It does a lot. Put your knees back together. Take that same stretch you just did, stretch to the heel, and it feels like the blood is rushing through the legs, the calf muscle in particular, so much more effective. If we come back to this runner stretch, we can get our heel a bunch closer to the mat actually. Come back down. I'm going to do this on the other side. So actually first we lengthen out and we notice, how does the leg feel right now? We're taking a couple of breaths in and out of the nose. And again, the head is not hanging, it's not hyperextended. There's a line of energy going from the crown of the head, exiting through the middle of the heel. Curl under the toe of your other foot, and remember, you don't want to hang like this. You really come up as if you went into a downward facing dog. Come back down. And now we're going to work this calf muscle here. And why are we really doing this? This is actually super important. Very often problems in the feet, particularly plantar fasciitis, actually originates in the calf muscle. The calves get tight and we develop problems in the feet. So, and this actually doesn't necessarily happen to couch potatoes, especially runners, people that cycle, things like that. The calves get very tight and then all of a sudden you wake up with foot pain. But you need to work the calf muscle here, the gastrocnemius, in order to take care of it. You can coordinate this with the breath. You can go exhale down and inhale come up as long as you're slow. I hesitate to say that because once in a while I would really like you to just stay at one point if it calls out to you. Now let's see what happened. So we're stretching the leg out, curl the toe under, and it's like the blood is rushing through. It's a tremendously fantastic feeling actually. That happens in a very short time. Curl under the toe of your other foot, and here you come again into that runner stretch. Breathe to the nose. I notice that I'm sometimes clasping with my toes and then I'm stopping to do that. I hope you do the same. Come back down. As you can see, I got a block and a blanket. We may or may not need them. It depends a little bit on your body, but I got them handy. So we're going to prepare for a toe squat. Some people call it a broken toe pose. We don't want to break our toes. So we're going to go gently. We're going towards a squat with the heels on the floor, and then the knees on the floor with the toes curled under. You may take your last toe or two and put them under a little better. And now let's synchronize this with the breath. So on the exhale, we put our heels on the mat, and on the inhale, our knees. We're going to go slowly back and forth, and you're going to do this within your range of motion. So your knees or your heels may not touch. That's perfectly fine. Do that just a few times, breathing in and out of the nose. Just to get ready for that toe squat. And now we're coming into the toe squat. So we curl our toes under and sit like this. Many of you will say now, oh my goodness, this is way too much for your toes. So I have a couple of adjustments. You can take a block and put it here, then the angle of the feet is going to be different. What also helps a lot for some people is to take a blanket and put it here. I'm going to show it also from the back. So what you like to do here is to take this last toe or two and put it under a little better. And you don't want this to happen to your ankles, so keep your ankles close together. Let's sit up nice and tall. Clasp your hands together, interlace the fingers, lengthen the arms out. Take your thumbs towards your heels. And now slowly unwind. And let's, since we're doing this maybe for the first time, let's just take about 5 breaths. Then we're going to come forward, take the feet the other way, and give them a little bit of a massage. Feels really nice. Want to put a little fun in this, so put a little smile on your face. Come sit back down. I'm going to face you guys again, so I don't get lonely. Now we want to open the front of the feet, the dorsum. So come back a little bit and lift your knees up. And for some of you that's just going to be a 1/4 inch. Don't come into pain or strain. Put the knees back down. And now let's lift the quadriceps or thighs up towards the ceiling. And come back down. You're going to end here with 2 very traditional yoga poses, if you will, and adding a little bit more emphasis on the feet. So we'll start with cat-cow. So we're coming back to the hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, index finger facing forward, knees underneath the hips. This time the knees are hip distance apart. So traditionally, inhale, we arch, our heart is lifting forward. Exhale, round, the head is hanging. But now we're going to engage our feet simultaneously. How nice. Inhale, arch, the feet are arched. Exhale, round, curl the toes under. Use your nose to breathe in as well as out. Now a nice thing here is that at the end of the exhale, if you give your toes a tiny press, your navel is going to draw closer to your spine. So you're engaging your core. That's a wonderful thing. And we'll do that once or twice more. And then the next time we curl our toes under, we're slowly coming into downward facing dog. And once we're in our dog, we're going to walk the dog slowly. We can even synchronize it with the breath. Exhale, bend, inhale, lengthen. Notice that the hips stay up high, they're not dropping. And you can feel your feet working in conjunction with the calves, with the hamstrings. It's quite nice. Coming back down. I'm going to face you guys again. And now we just have to do one more thing, and that is to stretch the corners of our mouth towards our ears. Put a big smile on your face. Thank you guys so much. Please do it regularly.